Okay, I think I got it. The fate of the world wasn't decided on Halloween night, but 6 plus 11 days later by a ghost-faced mistress of the dark swinging around a chainsaw. Yeah, that's all I got. My name is Paige, and welcome to the Mezco Con 2020 Fall Wrap-Up. Okay, let's just jump right into this, but what I want to do is start off not on October 15th, which was preview night, but I want to kind of moonwalk it back towards October 14th around 12:40 p.m. Now, during that time, Mezco posted on all their social media sites the teaser promo for the video for what seemed to be their Mezco Fall exclusive bodega box. Now, I will provide links in the description below to all the promotional material that they did for the weekend. Now, I really like what the promotional team is doing with these teases and reveals. The animation department did an excellent job with this one. It starts off as a panning sequence on a street block. And the first thing that you're going to see are the Pink Skull's Pleasure Squad. I'm sorry, my apologies, that was way out of line. We will call them the Pink Skull's Leisure and Activities Specialist. How about that? Yeah, much better. Squeezing by a familiar face, we're going to be leaving the bodega after picking up our orange juice, bacon, egg, and cheese. And then we are stopped by a fuchsia-colored trench coat independent third-party salesman. And this is where we will get our first look at the bodega box and a little preview of what's exactly inside. Don't worry about the contents right now. We're going to go over those in detail a little bit later on in the video. We want to move on to October 15th, and this is where things kind of start getting kicked off. At about 10 a.m., Mezco released their Hazard Squad Commander promotional video. So for this promotion, what they did was they used that vintage 80s style toy commercial, and it actually fits very well with this because of some of the features that they are giving us with this new offering. One thing really quick before I go on, I have to say, whoever is doing the stop motion for these promotional videos, you are knocking it out the park, man. Stop motion is time consuming, and stop motion that is done as smoothly as this takes a lot of time and talent. Every time one of these promotional videos goes up using this format, the groups love it. They're very well executed. And so I would say for Mezco and whoever the artist is, thank you very much, and please continue to use this format. Moving right along to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is when the bodega box went live, and yes, there were site problems. Now the problem is what we've been dealing with over the last few pre-orders, and that is the payment finalization process. It doesn't seem to matter if you have your credit card information stored on file, or if you manually input your information, or if you use PayPal Express. Nothing seems to be able to break through that invalid payment method and get the customers to the confirmation screen saying that they're locked into their order and they don't have anything to worry about. So my Canadian co-host, he actually sent me a series of pictures, and he said, hey man, look at this. These are the pre-order stages for Mezco. And I got a laugh out of it, and I needed that laugh because during that time, it's very stressful. And for some people, that stress turns into frustration, and that's never a good thing. You don't want your customer to be frustrated. Obviously, this has been happening for a while, and it's definitely an area of improvement that they need to take a look at. I'm not too sure if what is going on has anything to do with a kind of like deterrent system for bots so they don't buy up all the inventory, because we all know how that's been going, or if there's just so much site traffic at that one time that it just overloads and it can't process. But regardless of what is going on, I'm hoping that they are taking a look at this and making arrangements to help make it a better buying experience. But enough of all that, let's talk about what's in the box. So taking a really quick look at this, it seems like this is a wraparound box that is also a makeshift 2-for-1 diorama. Now on the outside, it looks like we're going to get the bodega street corner scene, and on the inside, it looks like there's going to be another box that has the Hazard Squad Command Center. So inside the box, what you're going to get is the Hazard Squad Commander Gomez sticker. You're going to get the Gomez and Friends window cling. Is this a tease for the white agent? You'll get a Stinky Crew Mezit. And I actually like this because it looks like they're going to be putting little accessories with the Mezits, and that just gives them a little bit more personality. You're going to get Grubway token. Nice play on words. The 112 Sucker Punch Pizza Pie Prop. A Rumble Society Mini Bat. The Hazard Squad Weapons Pack. This is actually separate from the figure, and I'm not sure if this is something that they're going to start doing more in the future, where they're just giving us weapons packs or accessory packs. I actually think it would be a pretty good idea. You're going to get the Hazard Squad Commander comic book, and then, of course, you'll get the Hazard Squad Commander, and that comes with 17 accessories, a stand, and a sticker pack. So price point for this item is about $150 US. That does not include taxes and shipping, and it's projected to ship between December 20 and January 21. So one of the things that really grabbed my attention was the possibility of having some new characters introduced to the line. These characters are part of, I guess, the Hazard Squad. If you noticed, they were in one of the promotional images, and they were also shown in one of the contests this weekend. Another addition was the light up feature and facial expressions. This is a cool little feature because it's one of those creative steps forward that collectors like to see from toy companies. They could have easily given us another standard head, but this opens things up a little bit more for display options and toy photography. I do also hope that these guys are backwards compatible, so you can take one of those heads and probably put it on the Toy Fair Gomez or any of the other figures. I think that would also open up a lot of possibilities as well. The weapons pack, this is an interesting concept because it's for all those arsenal and armory heads out there that like to have their weapon racks, loaded and ready to go. Also, I'm pretty sure that there's a couple people that probably lost clips, so this would be a nice way for them to replace it. The comic book, I know these take a while to storyboard, pen and ink, and then also to produce, but I really hope they continue issuing comics with each one of the Gomez and the Rumble Society members, or pretty much any of the MDX characters. I guess it gives the characters a little bit of a backstory, because let's face it, these are brand new characters. We don't know anything about them, and so having that backstory helps shape, kind of what the character is about, but also leaves a little bit for the collector's imagination to kind of build their own world. Now, the biggest question is this worth the price point? Now, personally, I think it is. Traditionally, figures that have the light up feature usually run around $100 to $120. So if you factor that in with the fact that you're going to be getting a bigger body for this Gomez, you're also going to be getting up light up feature heads, expression heads. There's some brand new sculpts on the weapons that they're giving you. He does come with his own weapons as well as the weapons pack. You're going to be getting a mini bat and a couple other little fluff items, as well as the diorama. That's the 2-for-1, where you get the street bodega, and then you're also going to get the Hazard Squad Command Center. To me, with that list, it seems like it matches the price point pretty well. So price points with these items are always a little bit of a sticky situation. If you guys remember, summer they offered one of these bundle packs, and it originally was priced at $190 to $200. They knocked off 20 of that right off the top, and they also offered a 2020 coupon. People still thought that that was high for that item, so what they did was they came back with this one and offered $150 for it. And then you can see people still saying that it's still a little bit pricey. There does come a point where collectors need to understand that if a price point is set too low, not only will the product not improve because you're not generating that revenue to actually put into design and development, but eventually that company is going to go out of business. And so for your consideration, I offer you this. I completely understand people wanting to save money, especially in economic times like right now. People are having a hard time trying to support their family, let alone try to buy collectibles. I do also think that this company acknowledges that, because initially they were pricing their bundle at $200. Then they offered the summer bundle, which was down to about $190 to $170, and then they offered this one to about $150. I also think they realize that people are a little bit gun-shy about these bundles, and they've tried to adjust accordingly. I also think they don't want collectors to blow all their money the first day of these cons, especially if they plan on doing another pre-order this weekend or in the future. So let's play devil's advocate really quick. Let's say they did put the Hazard Squad Commander up for pre-order, And then the next day, they followed it up with the Black Skull Brigade pre-order. Now, most people are going to army build this, but for the sake of argument, let's just do with one. So if it was a 3-pack, the Pink Skulls Chaos Club went for about $225. If it's a single release, it would be between $80 to $100 range, and that just really depends on what they're all offering with it. So now you have 2 pre-orders within a small window of time. So currently coming down the pipeline, we have the PX Harley playing for keeps, Doc Nocturnal is supposed to ship, Hazard Squad Commander is supposed to ship, Popeye and Bluto, the 2-pack, is actually coming soon, KGB Beast, and tentatively we have Iron Fist, Thanos, PX Supreme Knight, PX Hellboy, regular Hellboy, Black Bolt, and Lockjaw, and then we also have Designer Con. Let's let that sink in a little bit. Again, I know that these are tentative dates and some of these might even get pushed back, but even taking that in consideration, what was shown this weekend by listing multiple pre-orders, especially pre-orders that can be multi-purchased, it would effectively start taking away from any other offerings that you had for the rest of the year. And yes, collectors are going to pick and choose which figures they want to have. Not everyone is going to pick up every single offering that comes out, but eventually what you're going to do is you're going to flood the market with product and overwhelm customers with too many options. Multiple options are a good thing, but not at the price point that this line is being set at. So it's a very thin financial tightrope that you have to try to balance, not only for Mezco as a business, but for the collectors as well. Okay, enough of collecting psychology 101. Let's get back to what we were supposed to be talking about, and that is Mezco Con 2020. So day one, they had the Selfie IG contest. This was a little front-facing app where it would put antennas and big, huge bug eyes on you. It was really cool. You just took a picture, hashtagged it, sent it to Instagram, and they picked a couple of random winners. If you see your face here, you won. Congratulations. Grrr. Bernard. Moving on to the reveals, the first one that they gave us at 12 o'clock was the mega scale Michael Myers. At 1 o'clock, they showed us the Living Dead doll, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And then at 3 o'clock, the Mezco gods shined upon us and they gave us the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface. This is cool for if you're a 112 collector fan, because this kind of expands the horror line out a little bit more. We're getting those iconic characters, and that's always a good thing. They followed up with the Pink Skulls skull crushing scrimmage, and I thought this was really cool. What you did was you got on and you voted for your favorite character within these little sub blocks, either on Instagram or Facebook stories. After that, they announced the winners for the round, and then that was it. So I was kind of confused on what was going on. I don't know if they are just doing a first round and then maybe they're taking this storyline and continuing it at future cons, but it'll be kind of cool because there were some matchups that actually showed up that are going to make for some great matchups later. So Saturday was day 2, and they started off with the crossword puzzle. This was super easy. It was barely an inconvenience, and it allowed for people to participate and still enjoy their weekend, because the last thing that you want is a bunch of people trying to figure out a crossword puzzle for 2 or 3 hours, and that overlaps your events or anything else that you want to do in your life. They followed it up with the reveals, and the first one was at 12 p.m., and that was the Static 6 Predator statue. This was very interesting. It's a statue, and it looks like it also has some soft goods attached to it. I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be comparable to the one that they showed at Toy Fair, which was Conan. At 1 p.m., they showed the Dr. Fate 112 Collective. This looked very good. I'm very interested in seeing what this will look like in hand. Wired cape, has some effects, should be a great addition. And at 2 p.m., we got the plush Ghostface. So Mezco has officially wrapped, and there was a lot of mixed reviews. Some people liked most of the stuff that they saw, and some people didn't. But I guess you can't please everyone, right? But as I kayak through the tears of disappointment, I remember something that Bruce Lee said. And he said, "I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to mine." I can see where people were disappointed with the number of reveals for a particular line, because I can tell you this, I'm sure that the Living Dead doll people were like, is that all we're getting? Just as much as the 112 collective fans were. And if you don't think that there's a huge fan base for the Living Dead dolls, you need to get on Instagram or these Facebook groups and educate yourself because, woo, man, they are just as passionate as we are. But you also got to remember what was bringing in revenue for this company before 112 Collective got there. Yeah, research. Now, I'm well aware there is a business and there's a certain level of expectation placed on a company to deliver quality products as well as provide like a unique experience for their customers. But what happens when that bar of expectation is raised so high that it becomes impossible to meet, let alone exceed? But for the sake of getting too deep, a better question would be, does the expectation not being met ruin the experience if nothing was promised? Aha. It seemed like the theme was focused on horror, and they wanted to try to introduce these characters such as Leatherface, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Elvira, and then the 5 Points Frankenstein. But some collectors seemed to grab a hold of a few people's predictions that they were going to have the Crimson Ninja Gomez or the Black Skull Brigade, when it wasn't confirmed by Mezco or any other credible sources. What this does is create that expectation that we talked about, and when it's not delivered, people immediately shift into a negative space and disregard everything else that was presented this weekend. What I got out of this weekend was the fact that we got a free convention. And not only that, but they had a product that went up that was revealed that we could pre-order. They revealed some of the other things that they have coming for this line, as well as had contests and giveaways. Personally, I would like to thank those people because if it was the weekend, that means that they had to come in on their day off and actually man that event. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank the content creators for putting the promotional videos and reveal videos together. I know I said that before, but I don't think a lot of people understand how much grind work actually goes into those videos. And that's what I think getting lost here. There's a lot of people that are putting in a lot of work to actually hold these events or even make content for us on YouTube. And I don't think that they get the appreciation that they really deserve. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, after this video is done, just go to one of your favorite content creators, watch their video from beginning to end, and just give them a positive comment. I'm telling you, it'll make their day and it'll motivate them because these guys are the ones that are giving us the information, that are entertaining us. We need to make sure that we support them because if we don't, we're going to lose them. That's it, fellow collectors. That's all I got. I know this video kind of went everywhere, so I'll make sure that I timestamp everything so people can get to certain information that they want to get to. We went over a lot of stuff. Hopefully you guys were entertained, informed, and made aware of some things that maybe you didn't know about. As always, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for giving it to me and watching this video. At the end of the day, remember, they're toys. Just have fun. A quick side note, just to let you know, I did not forget about the contest from the previous weekly. What I'm going to do is I'll make that list. I will do a random wheel and I'll put it on Instagram so I'll be able to show who won that. Also remember, go find one of your favorite content creators or influencer, watch the video from beginning to end, give them a like, positive comment. It'll make the day.